Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Amanda, and this is my video on how I make my fall pumpkin planters. This is an idea that I got from Pinterest quite a few years ago when I was running into the problem where I would buy my beautiful, colorful fall mums, like this one right here behind me, but I would plant it in September in my planters, and then by the end of October, they're basically lost their color and they're almost dead. I wanted something that carried through from the beginning of September all the way to the end of October, which then afterwards I would then start my Christmas as mid-November comes around. So I decided to try doing this with my planters instead, and I like it because I bought a few decorations that would go around the pumpkins. So that's pretty much been my only purchase every year, is buying new pumpkins, and all my original accessories came from the dollar store. So with that, I will show you what you need to get started. These are my two black planters that I use all year round and just change up seasonally. The materials that I use here are my two white pumpkins that I get from the local farmer. Everything else is pretty much all dollar store. So I have here 2 pieces of garland to go wrap around the pumpkins. You can choose a couple different colors and styles, but I kind of like this orange green look. Next are these little decor tassels. I like to choose about 4 of these because these will kind of drape up around the pumpkin off the planter, so I'll show you how I do that. Next are some zip ties. These are always nice to keep handy, and then sometimes I just have to cut them off at the end of the season, but it keeps things tight and secure. Next, these are kind of my little center pieces that I put in front of the pumpkin after I finish the wrap. So that's why I have 2, and you'll see how I use those. And always keep a pair of scissors handy, and this is pretty much all that I need. And again, all the little decor bits are sourced from the dollar store. At the time, I probably paid under $15 for all this, and again, I've used these this will probably be my 3rd year in a row. So let's get started. I'll show you how I put this all together. All right, first grab some dirt and mulch if you need to top up your planters. This way the pumpkin has something to sit on. Sit up high enough in the planter. Next. So this is how high that my pumpkin sits. That's why I kind of filled up my planter to the top. Sometimes you can choose a taller pumpkin, but I like these shallow white pumpkins. You'll see what I mean when I finish my overall look. Okay, next, let's take that garland ring that we bought, wrap it around in the back. This one's pretty stiff, so it usually actually stays in place pretty good. Sometimes I use a zip tie in the back just to hold that all together. This is the side view. So this is what it looks like in the front after I wrapped around the first ring. Now we're going to take these little decor ringlets that I showed you earlier. Again, all got from the dollar store. I'm just going to kind of stick these in here around the planter. This is a little bit trial and error trying to get them to stick in here. That's another reason why I have the zip ties. I like to place a couple, I have 4 for each planter, so I like to try to kind of distribute them around the corners. You can use more if you'd like. Sometimes I might go around and get some other things to fill everything in. Each year, depending on the pumpkin that you get, it turns out a little differently. Sometimes you have to bend the leaves and everything a different way. It's kind of like when you first get the Christmas tree out, you kind of have to bend everything back into place to make it look full. So it just takes a little tweaking. Okay, this is what it now looks like from the front. So the next piece to go in is the front centerpiece, as that front is looking a little empty. So here I have my little front centerpiece, and sometimes they'll have like little hooks here on the back, which I find are really handy. And this is where that zip tie is gonna come into play. So I'm just gonna take my zip tie and get it ready and find a spot to hook it on. So this is what I do pretty much every year. I just kind of wrap it. And again, I might have to fiddle with this, but this is actually pretty quick and easy for the most part, and fun. See that little green tab there? I'm just gonna go snip that off. Once I move the leaves around it, you're not even gonna know it's there. All right, well, there you go. There it is, my simple little pumpkin planter. So I usually finish off my look by adding a couple extra little things. These fall planters have really completed my fall look, and I'm quite pleased with the result. These are easy, quick, and cheap to make. I have been doing this style of fall planters for the past 3 years, using the same decor that I purchased for about $15, and every year after, it has just been the cost of the pumpkins. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Also, I made a video on how I constructed the wreath you see hanging on the door. I'll leave a link below. Please feel free to comment any questions. Thank you for watching.